Hey, welcome. How's it going? So today I want to talk about Tales of Symphonia, probably one of my favorite games ever. Uh, I've played this game way too much, and today I want to talk about my thoughts on what a tier list for this game would be. Uh, Not putting too much thought into this, and honestly, I haven't played all of the characters to their full potential, but I've played a lot of them, and I'm hoping my opinions carry forward. Maybe there's some odd examples of things I'm not totally getting that might make another character better. A couple other things, just going to get this out of the way. Rain is very clearly the most useful character on any team, basically. If you're doing any kind of fighting, which is a challenge, Rain's just an automatic given, too useful. So I'm just going to leave Rain out of the conversation. Rain's got fun spells, but really it's the healing. It's the fact that she's always useful. So I'm just going to put her here. Everyone else is fighting for competitive, combat ability. And these are my opinions about it, my semi-educated opinions. Okay, so here we go. Definitely want to start with the most common character in the game. Let's go ahead and put Lloyd right here in A tier. I'm only going to put one character in S tier. So Lloyd is going to sit very happily here in this A tier. He's not going to quite make it to S tier. Lloyd is amazing. For starters, he's got some of the best special attacks in the game. Secondly, he has the very best A attacks in the game. And, I don't know how much people value A attacks, but personally for me, like, unless you have a super good special move that's coming in to, like, fight your enemies, like, your A attacks get used a lot, and having good A attacks is great. So Lloyd has the best of those. He's got some amazing arts like Tiger Blade, Sword Rain, Sonic Thrust, and he's got a horde of special moves. So, I mean, just from that point alone, he's pretty damn good. But, like, he doesn't have infinite, I say infinite loosely. He doesn't have, like, combo extensions that last for ridiculous amounts. And he can't do, like, shield pressure forever, you know? He basically gets to do 4 attacks, level 1 move, level 1 move, level 2, level 3, and then if he gets a knockdown and the knockdown is in the right place and he gets the timing right, he can do a reset with like Demon Fang and then start going into level 1, level 2, level 3 again. I don't fully understand the knockdown mechanics and the force knockdown mechanics, but in my experience, I've never gotten more than 1 or 2 before the force knockdown happens. So really, the combos don't last forever. They feel like they do, but eventually that character's going down. Um, and the other thing too is like if Lloyd wants to get that full combo, like his enemy needs to be in the corner. You can't just like combo forever for free. You got to get them to the corner. That means you need to push them, and you're gonna need to do like 1 or 2 combos to push them into the corner maybe, and then you can start going ham on them. It's great. Lloyd's great, but probably not going to be as high as the other characters some of the other characters on this list, just for the fact that he has to push people to the corner to do his combos repeatedly. He needs lots of hits. Basically he needs to have breaks in his combos, and you can't just combo bosses forever and ever. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put Lloyd right there in A. Who's next? Uh, Tough call. Someone above Lloyd probably would be fun. And there's really not many characters that are better than Lloyd. Obvious choice, I guess. I'm gonna put these two together. Zelos and Crotos. So for most purposes, they're very similar characters in the sense that they have mostly the same moves. They have mostly the same attack structure, but they have some tiny differences that does make pretty significant difference when you're pushing this game as far as you can. So those differences, number one, Crotos has a move that Zelos doesn't have. So, I mean, you'd think I'd put Crotos above Zelos for the fact that he does have that move. The move he has, and it's not just a random move, it's not just a crap move. I mean, like, using Judgment's kind of crap, but that's not what it's for. The fact is he has a level 3 spell. And having a level 3 spell completely changes his combo game for Zelos. The reason being, he can do a level 1 attack, special attack, level 2 special attack, and then, he can do his level 3 spell. He can do it in a different order, but, what I'm kind of getting at is he can do level 1 and level 2 attacks, and then do a level 3 spell before he repeats level 1, level 2. And, I mean, that would be amazing if his level 1 and level 2 attacks were that good. Demon Fang is obviously great, but, it doesn't really compare to, like, Light Spear or Super Lightning Blade, Thunder Blade. So generally, like, I guess, like, at the later points in the game, I generally play them with a level 1 spell and then do level 2 and level 3 special attacks rather than a level 3 spell to reset the combo. So then what's the difference between Zelos and Crotos that makes me prefer Zelos? That comes down to, like I said, I value A moves quite a bit, and I think, as my personal opinion, I think Zelos has the better A moves. His neutral A seems to combo really well into itself and into other special moves. It also hits low, so you get none of those, like, your enemy dodged your attack because you're aimed low. And, I mean, he's got the other sword swings to do what else he needs to do. Like, I think his down swing comes out, like, a bit faster. It's pretty fast. And then his wide swing, his forward A, hits really high, so you can hit flying enemies with that and then just start comboing them with the neutral A. So, I mean, that's if I had to put them together like that, like I kind of say Zelos edges that out just by a bit, just by the virtue of me preferring his A moves. Why is he better than Lloyd? Well, number one, his combos do a lot more damage per hit. Lloyd's got like sword rain combos, and those are great. Like, that's useful. But, like, man, you do a 50 hit combo with Zelos, like, that enemy's like done. Like, you got to do 3 or 4 with Lloyd to get that same damage output. So damage wise and the combo wise, it's better like that. The fact that he can just combo his special moves into each other and then do that infinitely. You can super lightning blade people. You can, like, push people into the corner really easy with light spear and thunder blade, super lightning blade. So he gets them into the corner a little bit better than a Lloyd, because he doesn't have to ever reset. He can keep applying that pressure all the way to the corner. And then he can start doing the infinites with any move he wants at that point. Whereas Lloyd, he has a harder time pushing them to the corner. He doesn't do as much damage. After his level 3 move, like, he's kind of screwed. He doesn't have many options other than the knockdown reset, which is you can force it to happen a lot, but it is a very specific thing. It's not nearly as versatile as hitting with, like, super lightning blade and then following that up with something. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put Zelos and Crotos just right there ahead of Lloyd. Not by much, honestly, though, because Lloyd has the better A moves. He's got lightning thrust and lightning tiger blade. Like, neutral wise, Lloyd would edge them out, but punish wise, it's not really a competition. So that's my thoughts on that. Okay, another character. So, Genus. Genus is a weird one to rank. I don't think I'm gonna move him from C. I'm not actually putting him here. But for me, I think he's a hard one to rank because he works with people, and so it's harder to think about him in isolation. In a one-on-one fight, using magic's not good. But in a group fight, yeah, it's great. Like, magic spells break defense. So he's got some spells that are really good for adding up combo hits, like uh, what's that move? It's not Ground Dasher. Anyway, he's got that one. He's got like Air Thrust. He's got Tidal Wave. So he can really help out with continuing combos. And then what's even cooler is if you get to that point in the game where you can dish out the TP, he's got a move called Absolute, which forces knockdown resets, which is really awesome. If you can time it, you can get combos going much further because he can just hit them through that. So I really like Genus for that. But like combo, like any kind of melee, like he's not gonna be that useful. So I'm gonna go ahead and put him here. I don't think Genus is bad. I don't think any of the characters are bad, but I think he kind of needs to belong down here because he just doesn't have that like presence that a melee character would. He really needs to be afforded his own space by relying on melee characters to really do his job. One other thing I'd say, and this is in combination with Rain, they have that combo move Prism Star that does 30 hits on the unison attack. So if you're fighting enemies that aren't gigantic, that's going to be your best unison attack move. So I generally have Rain and Genus on my party, in my party, and then I do the rest of the fighting with any of the other characters, so that I can really push those combos. Because when you get to 50 hits and you get the force knockdowns, or like it's really helpful to have these guys just like Rain and Genus to just push that combo way further. So I'm going to go ahead, put him here. I'm quite happy to leave him there. All right, who's left? We got 4 more characters, and this is probably where my list is going to be getting to be more controversial. Again, these are my opinions. Let's do Sheena. So I probably have a higher opinion of Sheena than most people would, and so I mean, what are the cons with Sheena? I mean, she barely has any special move animations. She's got like one swing, and then she's got the swing and then back swing with the pinion moves, and then all of her other moves are just like weird special moves like Cyclone Seal, or her casting abilities. So like where Sheena really struggles is getting in. She can't just like pop in with an obnoxious lightning blade, and just like start messing up all of her enemies like right away. She kind of needs to pick her spots. She needs to go in and block before she can really start doing work. But that being said, I mean, like, there's so much going for this character. So the things I really like about Sheena are, number one, her A attack. Her A attack is so good. So the neutral one is good, but the one that's even better, and it's a bit technical, you got to use the down A. And when you do the down A, she kind of swipes in front of her hands. It hits very low, and that can be reset immediately. So she can do down A, and then you do a spell, you cancel it, you attack, you hit down A again, and it goes down A, down A, down A, down A, down A, down A, and it's really fast. Like ba 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 ba. You can just keep like rocking that one, and it'll hit like any enemy that's like small. She really has some of the best A attacks. Maybe Colette has better A attacks, but like after Lloyd, of course. But she's got really good A attacks. And then there's other things too, like, I mean, mana or TP and HP stop mattering as much at the later part of the game. But early part of the game, you've got Spirit Seal to just kind of like keep punching enemies. Like, she's got so much sustain early game. She's got some of the most broken armor equipments and armor setups that you can put together in the game. So I was going through a hard playthrough of the game, and I actually got stuck on Volt a little bit, and I realized it's actually very easy to make Sheena immune to electric attacks by that point in the game because you get the Thunder card and you can get the charms that protect you from lightning. So boom, 3 lightning ones, and then you can just use a Silver Seal to change her attack type. So she keeps the defense buff from the Thunder card, but then she gains the any other attribute to attack with, and you're definitely going to have the water one. So at the very least, you'll have the water attribute by that point in the game, and she can just solo Volt. Like there's nothing Volt can do. You just keep charging up. So I think that's really cool. I think Sheena actually exploits the game quite well, and I like that about her. So great pros, mediocre cons. That's kind of why she's in B tier. Biggest thing holding Sheena back is a totally abusable, obnoxious move that she can just throw in to approach with. She doesn't have that. The characters above her will have that. That's where I'm going to leave her. Okay. Persea. Okay, Persea I know the least about. Like, Persea is probably the character I've spent the least amount of time. Endgame, Persea is totally broken. But I'm not even going to think about that. Like, yeah, you can break the game with Persea, but like at that point in the late game, like anything can be broken, like to an extreme point. So I'm talking more about like making your way through the game. She comes late. Her A moves are slow. Her B moves are pretty slow too. She does good damage and good combos, but like it's really hard to get her going. What she does do well is she crowd controls. So I do like that about her. She's got moves where she like swings in a circle. She can hit in every direction. She's good at fighting crowds, but she's kind of slow. Her moves are kind of slow. She doesn't have a spell to reset. So I mean, like a lot of her strengths come in isolation. Like, yeah, she's got some good combo moves, but she can't follow them up, and she doesn't have a way to force a reset on a knockdown even. So this really is a character who's limited to A attack, special attack, special attack, special attack, and that's what you're doing with her. And you can do it well. Like you can do great with that, but I just don't know how I could put that above really any other character. Maybe Genus, but at the same time, Genus fills such a niche role. I would probably keep Genus over Persea, to be honest. Okay, so we're down to 2 characters. One of them is going to be going into S tier. Let's not delay that. Pretty easy choice for me. It's going to be Colette. Colette is the only character in the game who's projectile-based. And as it turns out, that's a really good property to have. You can just throw projectiles at enemies, and what are they going to do, right? Like they have to get hit, or they have to block, or they have to super armor through it. And because it's a projectile, it takes so long. You can hit them and block. Like it's good. Pow hammer, paraball, and ray thrust. The level 2 one, I'm forgetting the name of it. Those are all great moves. They combo amazingly. The real deal is paraball and pow hammer. So, you can approach with both of those moves, and it's good. You can get in however you want. You just throw paraballs, pow hammer, you back up, you let them swing. Colette has a very oddly good A attacks, actually. Like, for whatever reason, she kind of sandwiches the opponent, and she pushes them. So enemies don't get out, and they go to the corner. And by the time you get them to the corner, you've already done like a ridiculous amount of damage. Colette's combos do a crazy amount of damage. Paraball, I'm talking about the GameCube version. It got nerfed in the other version. But Paraball is like broken. Like Paraball does way too much damage. It does like super lightning blade levels of damage, and you get it at level 14 or something low. Like you get it before you even get to Paul Costa. So like you're talking one of the best moves in the game, one of the earliest you get. Doesn't even take a lot of TP. And I'm not even like scratching the surface on what's so good about Colette. So like the fact that she can come in with obnoxious moves, she can combo forever, is great. The only con I would say about Colette is she doesn't have a way to force resets on knockdowns, and that's it. That's the only like criticism I can even think about for the character. So here's the other stuff that I think is broken, and I'm really talking early game for this one. She's got an ability called Life Thief and Spirit Thief, and the way those moves work is basically the number of A attacks you do is proportional to how much TP you gain. So you can combo A attack, like a double A combo into spell cancel, double A combo, and then you can just keep like comboing. And then when you break the combo, either because they're down or whatever, Colette gains a ton of HP and TP. And like early game, this is so good. She's the only character who can like dish out that much TP and just get it back just as quickly. So I really like Colette for that. And then finally, I'm getting to the most broken thing about Colette. If you didn't know, Colette has a random chance, and it depends on your luck a little bit. Luck is a stat. When she throws Pow Hammer, a poison hammer comes out instead, and if that poison hammer hits the opponent and they flinch and you meet a luck threshold, there's percent chance, then the enemy gets poisoned, and you can poison anyone in the game. I'm pretty sure, and it's proportional to their health. So on Mania, you have stupidly high health. The poison does stupid amounts of damage. It's how I clear Abyssin when I make the game too hard for myself. It's how I get through a lot of boss battles. The hardest boss battle in the game, in my hard playthrough, was Ewan and Boda. And the biggest reason for that was because I couldn't poison them. I just had to like play like authentically. and that made it so much harder than using Colette for like literally any other battle. Just poison one of them, deal with the other, then like take a swing back. So yeah, Colette, absolutely amazing, absolutely insane. Great A moves, great big obnoxious B moves. Can poison enemies, doesn't cost too much TP, has amazing sustain. What doesn't this character have? So yeah, they're really, really good. Colette's really, really good. My top pick for a character, if you forget Rain is in the game. Okay, and here's our final character. This is my personal opinion. You could put him somewhere else if you really wanted to. I wouldn't fret too much. Like if you said he was better than Lloyd, sure. So we're talking about Regal now. Regal, why is he an A tier? How good is he? Regal's pretty damn good. Regal is the weirdest character in the game, considering the fact that his entire combo system works different. He doesn't have level 1, level 2, level 3. He's got ground-based attacks, mid-air attacks, anti-air attacks, and the works, right? So he's got all those combo moves, and they combo weirdly. I do find his combo tree is pretty limited. I mean, a lot of the characters do, but I get pretty bored with Regal. I mean, the main thing that you're doing is you're coming in with Crescent Moon. Crescent Moon is Regal's obnoxious move that he can approach with. That's why he's in the A tier above Sheena, because he has a move that does that. And then he comes down with Eagle Dive or another move of your choice, and then he cancels that into his ground move. And his ground move could be a spell like Healer, and that's great because he can cancel the spell and continue. So, Crescent Moon, Eagle Dive, Crescent Moon, Eagle Dive, Crescent Moon, Eagle Dive. And you can even throw in some A attacks if you really wanted to in there. His A attacks are not great. They're worse than Sheena's, in my opinion. Yeah, they're slow. They don't reach far, and he's got some weird like collision mechanics with enemies that sometimes you can't just like push them. Like he gets pushed out. So I don't find it very easy to connect with those moves. So yeah, I think Regal goes here. He's got a spell. He's got an obnoxious speed move. He does good damage. Honestly, he's a truck damage wise. Things that he struggles with, the A moves is one for sure. He doesn't have a way to reset downed opponents, so same issue as most of the cast. Besides, I think just these three characters and the spellcasters. But yeah, I mean, he's only hitting one opponent at a time, and he's doing a really specific thing, and it's just I don't know if his like Crescent Moon is more obnoxious than like Lightning Blade or Parabol. I mean, I don't think it is. So he's not as obnoxious as the other characters, but he does have those crazy combos that can just reset into more moves. He's also got Mirage. Mirage being one of the most unique moves in the game. Mirage will teleport you behind your opponent. Not teleport. It'll just sneak you right behind. And I think that's kind of cool. That's actually really useful. Most characters would just jump over, but Regal having that move just built into his kit, man, that's so nice. And you can even combo that. You can combo it out of his Eagle Dive, which is kind of cool. You just do Eagle Dive, you end up behind them, and then at that point you have to reset properly. But yeah, Mirage is incredibly useful. So yeah, that's my tier list. Let me know what your thoughts. Maybe I'm like not thinking about something that you would have included. I can't imagine most people's lists would be too far off. I mean, maybe they are. Yeah, let me know. What do you think? You think I'm on the right track? Or we'll see. Anyway, yeah, so this is a trial run where I'm making videos about Tales of Symphonia. I love Tales of Symphonia. I'm happy to make more content about it. If you guys want to hear more about it, if you guys want me to discuss more, let me know. I'll try it out. See how it goes, right? Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.